Okay, my people, are we on now? I know that we had a little audio thing. Thank you very much. I have a talented son that settled that matter for me. Thank God for him, because I know where we would have been. So, all right, everybody, rock and come in, rock and come in. Tell everybody Mike at Night is on, and we're ready for you all. We are ready to rumble. Yes, sir. With this evening we have an interesting topic that we're dealing with, and we're dealing with the 7 behaviors of men who have no intentions of settling down. You ever meet those type of men? All right. Well, you know that many times when we're on the program, we don't hold back when we're talking things when it comes to women. But those of you who know me and who are balanced in your thinking and not biased with it, know that when it comes to knocking men, I'm equally as passionate about that. But those who don't know would only listen to the programs when I'm dealing with women and may tell people that I only dealing with bashing women. I'm not into the bashing. I am calling it as it is. Spade is spade. And there are times that we have to now talk to the men, and tonight is the men's turn. But don't wait too long, because by next week I'm dealing with the women. Alright? So there are 7 behaviors that men indicate that show that they have no intention of settle down. Alright? So rock and come in, share the live to people, go to your live and share it. Let's make sure we have maximum number of people on board to listen to it, because this is going to be really interesting for the women, but it also may be an eye-opener for men. Yes. Alright. Yes, Terence Bain, thank you very much. Yes, I recognize that it works better when the microphone is on. Yes. So, I hope you all hearing me now. Charmaine, Marcia Saunders, Madeline Pierre, nicely, man. We have people in St. Thomas. We have people from different parts there. Yeah, my service provider. No, my son was the one who bailed me out of that one there. You tell me seeing my service provider. Florence. Yeah, Lawrence Flamant. Nice. Thank you very much. Joy. Mr. Hodge. Yes, we got the volume working now. Kenneth Winchester. Nice seeing you. Alright. Right. Okay. Alright, so let's not waste some time. Let's get the action going. Those who come in late for class, we'll deal with them after. 7 things that indicates a man do plan to settle down. Ladies, note it. And I'm particularly reading from an article that is a current article, a February 3rd, 2025 article, written to talk about this behavior in these men who don't plan to settle down. And you may see it in some of us, right? So, number 1, when you meet a man, ladies, that whenever you start to talk about future, marriage, building house, taking out loan together, doing things together as a couple, going to a function and introduced as your spouse, as somebody who is significant in the life, not just my friend, but this is my fiance, this is my lover, or this is the person that I'm with, and so on. This is the person I plan to marry. Something that shows that there is some futuristic relationship. Once the man staying away from that, tell yourself, him not ready. So this is one of your major signs that you want to be careful about. Why is it he does not want to see us as something that has longevity, longer than today? Right? So those are some of the things that I want us to be able to recognize, and that is number 1. So sometime when dodge the topic, well, girl, don't let me rush it. And she said, well, probably she pushing him too much. 9 years? And you're pushing him too much? And you really settle for that, madam? Nah, him not ready. Yes? 9 years, 2 to 3 years. I'm not giving nobody no specific timing, but may I suggest that if the person has no idea whether they want to be with you the rest of their life within 2 to 3 years, whenever you're drilling for oil, and after 2 to 3 years you drilling on the same spot for oil, there is no oil to strike. Move on. Drill elsewhere. Are you all hearing me, my people? I am telling you this because too many people making fool of themselves. Don't be no half idiot with nobody. And if the man does not want to settle down, blank him. So I have no idea why some people and some women allow men to drag their relationship on for these extended, protracted period of time. Let me tell you, when you see you're tying out goat, and you tie a goat by a peg, the goat is going to walk to the length of the rope and feed at that length. It is going to go as far as the rope will allow it. It is not going to feed close to the peg. This is something with animals. If you tell yourself, oh well, he probably like the grass on that side, and you move the peg and you carry it to where it was feeding, the goat is going to move now and go to the end of that peg again. Same thing like man. A man will carry you to the end of your rope, madam. As long as you give him rope, he will go to the end of it. And if you do not make marriage and settling down a requirement, he is not going to settle down at all. You need to be able to set your boundaries. I'm not saying tell him what to do. I'm not saying to coerce him. I'm saying you set your own boundaries. You understand? Timothy, good evening. All right, people. So I hope you all get that. I hope you all got that one. Because that one is a vital one. That make it a require. If you therefore notice that he's sidestepping the issue, take a hint. Take a hint that he's putting down roots either somewhere else, or he does not plan to put down roots on your soil. So, therefore, he's on foreign soil. And therefore, what you should do is repatriate him to wherever it is he come from. You understand? All illegal immigrants in your life, put them out and send them back home. Are you hearing me? Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. Point number 2. One of the things to know, the behavior of a man when he has no intention of settling down, is that he has a number of other relationships that he keeps getting into, that sometimes you keep finding out about, keep accusing him of, and then you forgive and he start again and another person stood up. Not the same person, somebody else. Where all these people has come from? He's so sexy. Is he so sexy? Is he so inviting? Is he so adorable that so many people want him? You understand? And if they do, what are you doing with it? So once you see 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, sometimes some of you all would admit it's 7, 8, 9 and 10 times, and every time he says sorry and you still stay inside of it, he have no intention of settling down with you, madam. He is passing through. He is like a wind. Here today, gone tomorrow. It's what you call he's ephemeral. Here now, gone later. Doesn't stay long. Look what all they make me do. Didn't close the bottle properly. So, he has a number of relationships. So, unless you do something about it and set and pull the brakes, yank his rope, he will carry you for a run. So, and sometimes they might brag about it, or they might just take it as a light thing that they had a fling at the side, and they don't think that you should make it such a big deal. Alright? forgive and move on. But if you notice someone is constantly flirting, always liking to flirt with ladies, always sending all kind of nice talk on the cell phone, inappropriate cell phone discussions, on savory pictures and so on, all of that that you're seeing, them is red flag. So, and let me tell you, there are some men pride themselves in not being tied down to no one woman. So, if you want to settle down, this is not the man for you. Sandra Lam, Guyana, good evening to you. Nice having you. Glenda Allen, nice to you all. Rock and come in. Some do not like to buy cow when they could get milk free. Well, boy, even milk and all scarce these days. Thank you, Hodge. Lawrence, what's Lawrence saying? Some men can like to... What Lawrence saying? Some men can be considered wine tasters and shun responsibilities. Yeah, you know. And let's admit it. There are some men consider women as chenet. They want a sample. Some of you don't know what chenet is, but alright. Because we have a wider audience than just our Trinidad and Tobago people. Diane Robinson, my young sister. Rock and come in, my dear. United States in the house. Yes. Alright. So yes, Hodge, this is what we call a player, a village ram, a roamer, moving about all over the place. Alright? So you all get that? Alright. Now if anybody want to call in, challenge me and say anything, or you could call on the telephone number, let's see up on top of there, 868-480-0080. That's the number, 868-480-0080. We'd love to have you online. Alright? So just somebody said, Calmina. Frida Leaks, United States in the house, nicely. Charmaine said you want to eat your cake and wipe your mouth. Yep. Somebody said you want to eat your cake and cut your calories. You cannot do that. You will get fat. Right, so we're going on now to the third one. Those of you who came late, or you must not walk into this class late. Right? I'll give Charmaine a blind. She has come from our next class and come here. Right. So, the dodge future talk is the number one. They don't want to hear nothing. They were always given an excuse. Don't let me talk about that. No, it's not the time for us to get married. Look at the cost of things. I want to pay off this bill first. I want to pay off this mortgage. I want to build a house first and so on. But they're not making no move to build the house. No move to pay off the mortgage. No move for anything. And the years just going by. I've known of people 17 years courting, 17 years, I tell you, and say that they're still making up their mind. What are you doing with that man? Set him in order. Number 3, right? So the one is that he always have a set of flings. Always flirting with some woman, nice talking to some woman, and sometimes in front of you. You could tell he's tracking the woman. And you are right there. No regard, disrespect. And what are you going to say? Anyway, sometimes, yeah, some of you all who listening, private message me and come in for some counseling time. 2025 can't be the same thing you've been doing for the last couple of years. Right? So call me on that telephone number that you see on top of there. Alright. So, number 3. They avoid emotional vulnerability. What do we mean by that? If you try to talk nice talk, lovey-dovey talk, kind of talk about children, emotional, kind of caring things that couples who are in love with each other want to talk, this man who does not want to settle down, he does brush that off as trivial. Shake his shoulder, shrug off, unwilling to start talking the nice, comfortable talk, romance talk, going somewhere, spending time together. You understand? Bonding as a couple. Because many times this man is after one thing and one thing only. You just watch and see when he gets nice. And when he says all the nice things that you want to hear. And when he is as amenable as possible. That one thing he wants is when he's at his best, and that is when you get caught. Because you start to say, well, you know, he really must have something for me, and we really must have something going. Bam! Once he gets that one thing, he's back to his old dry, harsh, and sour-faced self. And even sometimes hostile. So, for many men who don't want deeper bonds, they feel safer to keep conversations shallow. So vulnerability, when you become vulnerable, is when the love and affection and joy and empathy and creativity and exploration about how we're going to live and enjoy each other in a very substantive way, more than just sex. More than just sex, because it's not about sex. You understand? It has to be about a life that is sacred and together. So, once you find that the person is avoiding that, that is your red flag. Number 4. Whenever you meet a man who only wants a short-term fling, he's more concerned about those short-term excitement and thrills. Short-term excitement and thrills. Because they thrive on the excitement and their hobbies and budding relationships. And this is why sometimes they don't stay too long in one relationship. Because they need this next high. It's almost like an addiction. They need a next high, a next woman to be able to start exciting them and so on. And then they get bored with this woman and then they move on again. So those thrills that they get is all that they are after. And some women provide the thrill for them, thinking that the attention that they get from the man now is because you are so gorgeous. No, you is not. It's not that you're gorgeous. The man is just out for thrill, and you have provided a thrill. You've dressed in a way that thrill him. You've been able to treat him in a way that thrill him. The early stages is one of thrills. You're all able to go spontaneously from one place to the next, one fete to the next, one event to the next, and so on. Hey! Alright. But you don't want to that is not going to be the father of your child after you're married and settled down, because that thrill can't keep at that pitch. I'm telling you. Some people marry the present excitement and courtship and don't realize that after you settle down, that is unrealistic to keep up at that pace. You understand? Some men, they will tell you, but she met me in a bar. Is in a bar with me. We used to go there every weekend and drink. Now that I'm married her, she don't want to go to the bar again. Why? She have children. She had my children to mind. When you met her, she didn't have all of that. She didn't have responsibility. She wasn't settled down and so on. But mister, you should have known you had to settle down. And madam, you should have known that probably this man is not one to settle down, because you could have heard his excitement whenever he want to go outside and hang. So, unfortunately, that is it. Relationships require a certain measure of patience, my people. It requires routine also. Some people don't like routine. You have to get up, cook, get children ready, drop them to school, go to work. That's routine. But some people want to have the spontaneous, exciting single life while being in a relationship. Don't look for that man, because you alone will keep house. He wouldn't be there to help you clean no house. He wouldn't be there to help you see about children. He will be liming his life. He'll be enjoying his excitement down with the guys, and you'll be home keeping house. And some of you all very well know what I'm talking about. So, if they're perpetually seeking for the next kick, the next, what would they call that? Happy hour. Yeah. Then you may very well have somebody on your hand who have no intention of settling down. But the thing is about what is, when you spend all your life, a significant portion of your life with somebody who has no intentions of settling down, and the relation comes to an inevitable end, you have to start all over again. He doesn't mind starting all over again because he had built his life for the new excitement. Is you have to start your life all over again. And every time somebody leaves a relationship to start again, they have thrown their years back many years. They have thrown their life back many years. Not just because if you have been with somebody for 7 years, you would have had to take about 2 to 3 years to get to the point to know the person properly, or a certain extent. But you have been with them for 7 years, and now you have to start over again from year 7. You need to give another 3 years to somebody else to start to know them. That is how much? That is 11 years. That's 11 years. And then now you get into this relationship. And if you choose a next slacker, you know you're out back again in 14 years. Where does that leave you? And let me tell you, the older a woman gets, the less marketable she is. And I know that some people don't like that word, but really it's a marketplace we really in it, because it is buying and selling of goods and services. Anyway, that's for another time. Sherry Ann, Jerry, good evening. Nice having you. Beatrice St. Paul, good evening to you. Myrtle McKnight. Fidelix, that is what, 49 years? I'm not sure what they're saying 49 years about, because remember now, you all are on a delay. Gone like a feather with the wind. Thank you very much, Roxanne. Roxanne is St. Vincent. Good to have... No, Roxanne is Guyana. I'm sorry. Alright. There are many men. Joanna Peters. That's Grenada. Nice having Grenada in the house. Joanna Peters, good evening to you. All the best. Kenneth Hodge. There are many men who are emotionally insecure, not connected, and know not how to respond at that level. My boy Hodge, you're right. Unfortunately, you are right. Emotionally insecure. They never saw what love is from a man's standpoint to a woman, when the love has to be pure love and not a sexual infatuation. And so that is really a serious problem that we have there. And that is one of the problems when men are not around in the house to show a man how to love a woman for who she is. And when a girl cannot grow up in a house seeing this is how a true man treats his woman. But what can I say? Timothy Benjamin, growth and maturity is essentially in a relationship. I take that. Patrice Stanley, I'm not too sure where Patrice Stanley in, but rock and come in, my lady. Thank you very much. She's together for 49 years, grown children, grandchildren, and then he died. Okay, 49 years. That's a long time, my lady. Wow. La Mimi said this chat is headache, boy. La Mimi, rock and come in, Miguel. Rock and come in. Alright, so for those who now joining the live, I'll just make a quick enumeration of the ones we've dealt so far. It is 7 things that tells us a man is not ready to settle down. He has no intention of settling down. Number one, he doesn't want to talk, no future talk. Nothing about get married. He don't want to talk about get children. He don't want to talk about build house together and so on. He talks about things, about his own dreams, what he want to do, what job he looking for, and so on. You not in it. By now you're supposed to recognize you were not in the conversation. His conversation says I, me, my. Check that. 2. Even though he might have messed up and had a fling, 2, 3, 4, 5 flings tells you. Now, those cannot be mistakes. You cannot walk in that kind of mess constantly and say your foot slip so often and walk in that mess. You could slip once. You might slip twice. But the man who doesn't want to settle down, you always have a problem with him. Some new fling. And most times it is not the same person. Some new person. He's just sampling Chenet. 3. The man who avoids emotional vulnerability. He doesn't want to get soft. He doesn't want to get too connected and intimate with talk, and he's not going to want to hug you in public. Not that a man has to hug you in public, because I'm not one for hugging in public, but he will make sure, because of all the other flings he wants to make sure he still has access to. He's not going to show endearment and affection with too many weaknesses. He will talk to you as though you are a friend, and he will introduce you as a friend, etc. He's not going to introduce you as somebody who has that kind of closeness with him. You understand? This is my friend. 4. The focus is short-term thrills. What he could enjoy. You have a ball game, come with me to the ball game now. They like that. They're going online with the boys, they like that. Number 5. He rarely merge or bring partners into his own personal world. Let me say that again. The man who does not plan to settle down is likely to keep you out of his personal world. What are the things he is really passionate about and engaged in? You would not be part of that. So where your friend? He gone out somewhere. He say he go in and line with the partners. He go in and fish. He go in and do this. He go in and play this. He go in and do that. And you are never part of it. So, when a man really appreciates a woman, he wants her to be part of his world, of his friends. He would like that because there is something that makes you feel as though there is something solid here. When I could introduce you to my family. There are some people, would you believe, courting with men 3 and 4 years and never meet the family. A lady called in on one of my programs one day and said to me, she has been the girlfriend of a guy for 6 years, and find out recently that the man is married and living with his wife. My question was, how could that be? 6 years and you don't have a clue? Well, she said, every time she say, well, let her come by him, let her come and meet his mother and brothers and sisters, etc. He always have an excuse. He not sleeping home, he going by his aunt, he going and sleep by his cousin, etc. Madam, that is not his fault, you know. I don't blame him for that, you know, because if he lie, he lie. You have to be otherwise for you to be in a relationship and in 6 years you never recognize that something is wrong with that. Nah, I can't blame him. Call me what you want. You, madam, have to take blame for that. Some men get away with murder because some women not wise enough to pull the brakes. Alright, I said what I said. I live by me. Hodge, we as men must be taught the true concept of love. I agree with you, Hodge. More than the desire for just expressing his sexual capabilities. I agree with you. 100%. Myrtle say wasted years. That's right. Wasted years. Let me tell you, ladies, there are some men, don't waste your time with them. I don't think that they hide. They're so hard to detect, you know. But I think, one, sometimes some women, not all women, some women are too desperate for a relationship to see clearly. They make love is blind to be a real statement. Two, there are sometimes that a woman loves more the man than she values herself. So therefore he can say any dotishness and get away. No, can't be like that. Okay then, now where are we going with this? Okay, so where are we now? We are on number 5 is where he doesn't bring in his personal world, his family life, his private. You're courting with him for 5 years. You meet his children here? Because some of them have children. Never meet his children, alright? Do you know what happened to his children's mother? Is his children's mother still in his life? Some of them, the children's mother still in their life in full bloom. The children's mother not aware that the man has moved on. You have the impression that he has moved on. Alright. Don't tell me. Don't say I didn't tell all you. Number 6. They throw around mixed signals. One time they're good, next time they're bad. They stay clear of commitment. They enjoy the companionship, the closeness and the romance. No titles, no promises. And they give affection now, but next time they're distant for no reason. They call in you every day, the next time they stop calling. They're moving together, and then out of the blue, they act like they never gave any commitment in the relationship. They show as though they're jealous of you with somebody else, but next time they're treating you as though you are nobody. Because you like the jealousy, because it shows, well, they like me and they want me, but yet they're treating you as though do what you want. So you're in this roller coaster, this emotional roller coaster, that you're getting a good ride, but it is draining you. So all you people out there who feel drained, let me just remind you that we do our live program. We do counseling online and we do counseling face to face. So there's always a chance that you have to be able to do it. Alright? So make sure that you get a chance to be part of that. Alright. Where are we now? We are, let me see what people are saying online first before I move on to that. Mark Knight Myrtle says, powerful, foolish. You must like yourself. That's right. Charmaine said that flag wasn't red anymore. She didn't see it at all. Patrice Stanley said these skills have to be taught. Patrice, where are you from? I would really love to know. I always like to know where people are healing from. I probably know you. Who knows? That was her red flag, Glenda says. Her love was really blind, says McKnight. Patrice said these skills have to be taught to individuals from youth stage in preparation for adulthood. Alright. Okay, Tobago. Alright. Nicely. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure that I'm sure that I know you if I see your face. Alright. Okay. So where are we now? We are at number, look at though we'll finish early tonight, man. We are at number 7. Number 7, we just come off the mixed signals. One time they're nice, and they're doing the things that you like, and next time they're doing everything that you don't like, and they don't care, and then they come back again. And so let me tell you people, sometimes this is manipulative. They do enough to keep you in the relationship, but not enough to make you stay. So at another point, they're going to do enough to let you want to leave. And then they're going to change for you to tell yourself, you might as well stay. Probably they will do better. They promise to do better. But the promise is only that. He promised. Now, number 7. Is 7 I told earlier, right? Yes, 7 things I told you we learned. Where the man is allergic to being consistent. Let me say that again. The man is allergic to being consistent. So, he's not looking to settle down, but would always show up inconsistently in every aspect of his life. Because if somebody is inconsistent in a number of things. They used to come and check you every weekend. Every weekend you all used to be going out somewhere. You always spend time together, so you could be able to predict that. But you see the inconsistency where he becomes unpredictable, shows up by you just out of nowhere. Sometimes he check in to make sure that you have not moved on with another guy, but that's another story. But he becomes inconsistent. His calls are inconsistent. His appearances are inconsistent. His promises that he keeps are inconsistent. Some he keeps and some he doesn't. So, those become what we call sporadic. And you may plan that both of you all will go somewhere together to an event, a wedding, a birthday party, something. And this man could just call and tell you, "Here going again." He changed his mind. You understand the emotional roller coaster we're talking about? Let me tell you, never get into a relationship, lady, with a disabled man. And let me tell you what I mean by that. If he is disabled, he is not reliable. He is not dependable. You understand? He must have those able qualities. Reliability, dependability, reachable, teachable. And once he doesn't have those able aspects in him, he's disabled. Tell him I say so. So, healthy, stable relationships, my people, are built on trust and predictability. My man will show up. My man will be able to do this for me if I ask him. I know he will do it. The only way he wouldn't do it is if he really cannot. But once he can, he will. That's reliability. That's predictability. But when you ask him, hey, you think I could get a drop home with you this evening from work? Because your boyfriend coming and pick you up. And you cannot answer nothing. Also, although all live in the same direction. Because you dare not answer nothing. Because Next thing he come up with a mood. And he said, me, I want to drive nobody in my car. Man, best you go and buy a dog. A dog is more predictable and more reliable. So, I'm just telling you. But not all men like this. I am just dealing with the men who refuse to settle down. So don't brandish and brush all men into this one. So if you don't know when or if you'll hear from him, because he's so spontaneous, there must be pattern in life. There must be some routine. Even the bandit knows there must be a pattern in life. So he must know what time you're going to work and where you're going to work, where you're just going on a weekend. And if he cannot predict that, then your life is unpredictable. Now, I go to a church, so let me tell you what I just tell the members of the church. If you have a thief looking to break into your house, and he knows you're a Christian, predictability will tell him, on your worship day, you will not be home. Because you are predictable. But trust me, some of them fellas will break in all your house on your worship day and find all your home sleeping. Because all they set him up. There's no consistency. Anyway, that's what I just tell my members and them. That is just for me and them. Anyway, let me see what's going on the live there now. Did it. Don't tell me. Facebook closed on me, but I pressed something in here. Alright. I think I find all the back now. Hey, so much talk going on in this thing, eh? Alright, Charmin is saying, what sense we have a reliable man in all other aspects, but not when it comes to settling down and starting a family. He reliable when he wants sex. He reliable when he want to borrow money from you. Predictable when you want to borrow money from you. So Charmin, I with you, eh? I am with you, Charmin boys. Makes no sense to be reliable in all other aspects, but when it comes to settling down and starting a family, you can't predict it. Kenneth says, in many instances we allow a male to grow up like weeds, hoping that when they are adults, all will be well in their future relationships. Even weeds, we don't even do that too. La Mimi said, people are falling in love with just anybody. It's important to know what you want so you can find it. If you don't know what you want, you would choose anything. If one meets a player, then you join the game, not fall in love. Right, Timothy, I was engaged to my wife after 3 years of courting. Alright, that's right. What you doing with more than 3 years there? No, man. So, one of the things that I suspected, and let me say this openly, and I am challenge people to challenge me on this. Too many women are good with scholarly work, academics, business acumen, bright like bulb. But when it comes to choosing men in relationship, they are dunce, infantile, and immature when it comes to choosing their men. Not all women, but too many women. And then turn around now and say, all men not good. That could never be a true statement. Because if you keep choosing 2 and 3 men and having children for every last one of them, and turn around and say that all of them not good, it cannot be them alone. Cannot be. And this is my respectful view. Follow me. This is my respectful view. A man can only pursue a woman. He can endear her. He can charm her. He can do what he wants. Except in the situation of rape, he cannot have that woman at all. The only person who has the power to sign off approval on a relationship, to get into a relationship, is the woman. She has to say yes. So therefore, in addition to men who play in the fool, there are women who are completely illiterate when it comes to selecting their men. I listened to a girl on one of the judges, you know, those public judge courts and so on. The father is saying that he wants the daughter to start paying rent because she has been living, 27 years old she is, and living and not paying a single rent, and he finds that she needs to start growing up. So he says that she does not work, she doesn't sit down to do anything and so on, and she doesn't pay for anything. He buys her the car, he takes her on vacation and everything, and he has had enough. In the first place, mister, I think you were wrong to have brought her up to 27 years old to now start talking this thing. But anyway, I digress. But one of the things that I felt was very instructive in what he was saying is that he says she does not like good men. She likes bad men. I say, man, this father here, he only making up thing, man. And the judge asked her, is that true what your father said? And the girl, 27 years, said, yes. I prefer bad men, men who just rough, tumble. He says that she likes men who don't even have a job, men who don't even settling down to going anywhere and so on. And she said, yes. And then the judge asked her why. She said, because they're more exciting. More exciting. And we only studying to train men? Man, listen. No wisdom, let me say. No wisdom. Absolutely. Let me say, sometimes they fall in love too quickly. Too many emotions and not enough sense. Low esteem women, that's right. No maniacal behavior. Yep. So, we have plenty of work to do. Not only with the men, my people. I am unashamed to say, also with our women. Alright, so I think I covered these 7 points. I hope you all got the all 7 points. That one about the live consistency is very key. Sometimes they just go AWOL. You don't hear from them again for a long time, and then they just show up again. Flaky behavior, they call it. And that is a strong indicator that he is either unsure of what he wants or simply not invested enough to make you a priority. My people, as I said, some of you might tell yourself that the things that I've named out here, this is your situation. If you're coming late, go back and watch the video. But if this is you, you don't have to stay in this situation. We offer private confidential counseling. Call the number that is up there, 868-480-0080, or just email me. The email is there, mike@nite222@gmail.com. Even if you're not face to face, we do online counseling. So call to find out how to be able to get in that. Save yourself wasting your years, and then by the time you recognize this relationship is not going anywhere, it's because you've already gone way past your years. You've already had 2-3 children, both men and women are talking about here, and you really don't know what to do with yourself. Sunday Edo Bar. could hardly call that name, but heart matters are not run by intellect. I agree with you. Some women think they can fix men. I agree with that too. And then they get shocked with all the brightness Sunday. All the brightness, they realize they don't know how to handle men. They come with all of that academics thinking that they could be able to max him out. Yeah, this is not maths and algebra. Dealing with a man is from a different sense. Timothy says marriage is not a career, it's a commitment. Alright, yes, you all show me the hearts. Let me see if you agree with the program. If you like the program, show me them hearts. Thank you very much. You stroked me ego. Yes, some men words are smooth, Glendalin said, and women fall for those words. The pretty boys are always allowed to shop freely in all departments of the store. Yes, and they break their hearts. Somebody says that sometimes they look for chaos. Mimi says that they fall in love too quickly, too many emotions, and not enough common sense. Alright, so that brings us down to the hour. We're always happy to be with you on the mic at night. I tell you, I look forward to it every Thursday, and I hope that you too would start looking forward to it every Thursday. Rock and come in, my people. I love you, and so does God. God loves you, and make sure that you enjoy the rest of the week and go into the weekend with God's blessing. I'm Michael Stewart, and this has been Mike at Night.